Happy Wednesday! Welcome to this week's Great British live stream. Hello Andre, glad you could join us. For those of you who are new, my name is TJ and I stream UK domestic flights every Friday at 1 PM UTC, except this week, which is on a Wednesday because I'm away on Friday. Today we're flying the Boeing 747, the jumbo jet, the Queen of the Skies, across the UK from Manchester in the north. As my cat plays with my green screen, amazing, thank you. From Manchester in the north to Southend on the east coast. So, the 747 is a complex plane to fly. So let's press some buttons and let's get the plane started, guys. Okay, let's pop inside the flight deck here. We're going to set up our weight and balance first. We'll set up our fuel here. So the payload weight we want will be based on a fuel load of 21,127 kilos. And we need to bring our takeoff weight up to about 278, 269, 234, 26, 277. There we go. Lovely, so that's our weight and balance set. Let's flip up our battery switch, get our batteries on here. Let's get our standby power over to auto. Let's get that external power on. We need our utility power on, 1 and 2. Flip the IRS over to nav, 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 and nav. Excellent, we'll flip up these engine electric covers, but not use them quite yet. We need to get our yaw damper on. Let's switch our fuel pumps on. We don't have any fuel in the stabilizer tank, but we do have fuel everywhere else, I think. I have no idea how well that green screen is going to hold up with the cat. It's not. The green screen is not going to hold up with the cat. Guys, let me just set up the let me set up this green screen, and then we'll continue flying the plane. Give me 2 seconds. He's a black cat, and he's a pain in the backside, guys. Let me fix this up. Oh dearie me, and then we'll continue flying this aircraft. Okay, we're back. Happy days. The cat has been politely asked to leave. So there we go. We've got our fuel pumps on here. Let's get our window heat on, 1 and 2. We'll flip these bus ties over to auto. Switch the generators across there. Get the engine demands over to auto. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get these engine switches on. There's 4 there. We need our isolation valves above our APU off here. We're going to pop down to the tablet just down here, and we just need to disconnect our ground power. I'm also going to put the engine sounds up to maximum right there. Okay, so let's go down to our FMC, guys. Let's go pause in it. Our current airport is Manchester. There we go, and we're going to go to route, and our destination is Southend today. So let's get that in there. Our flight number today is British Airways Speedbird 1103. Lovely. Okay, let's go to departures and arrivals. Departure off Manchester should be off 23 left, and we want the list 2 Yankee SID, and we'll take that to Listo. Let's execute that. Okay, we'll go to our route page. From Listo, we're taking an airway. We are taking L612, and we are taking that over to this one here, this waypoint here. Happy days. There we go. And at Southend, we'll want the ILS 423, and we'll want the spear to hotel arrival. There we go. Okay, let's execute that. Let's just go to our legs page, and we'll just make sure there's no gaps in our flight plan right here. Get that activated. Cool. Okay, let's get the route all, just make sure route activate exec is all done. Lovely. So let's pop up and get our APU started here, guys. Okay. With the APU starting, we can go down and we can do our init ref. So we'll set our center of gravity. We need to lie to the plane and tell it we've got some fuel reserves. Our cost index today is going to be 80. Our cruising altitude, we are cruising at flight level 190, so 19,000 feet. We'll go over to takeoff. We're going to want flaps 10 here. There we go. We'll get our V speeds, V1, VR, and V2. Okay, lovely. So let's get our altimeters dialed in here. Altimeter at Manchester is 2959. 2959. Lovely. That's our altimeter on. Let's get our APU gen just switched on, which is right there. Cool. Let's get this APU switch on here. Get our left side pack on. Turn the engine electrics over to normal. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lovely. Okay, let's get our flight directors on. Flight director 1 and flight director 2. Okay, so let's take a look, see if we have any air traffic control online. We do not. Very quiet one today. Anybody comes online, they will ask us to contact them. So we filed our plan. So what we do now, guys, is we will get our pushback truck.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
And we're going to push back to here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
So while our tow, you can see our lovely ground handling there. While our tow drives through some buildings to get to us, we'll just take a moment to appreciate this SSG 747 for X-Plane. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the aircraft and the quality of the aircraft once we get into the air. And of course, as usual, I'll be talking a little bit about the route and sort of tell you guys what flights are coming up next. So our pushback truck is connecting here. We're using the Jar Design Ground Handling Deluxe plugin as usual. And if I'm correct, Nightbot should be in the channel if you want to use any of his commands. So if you want to find out more about the flight, at some point Nightbot will start we'll start posting those commands for you to use. Lovely. So pushback truck is going to connect. We've got this nice wing view that we can use over here once we are in the air. Once the truck is connected, we can start our engines and we can push back for what's quite a long taxi at Manchester here today, over to 23 left. Okay, so hopefully, here we go. Truck seems to be connected, hopefully.
So connected,
there we go.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Let's get this parking brake off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And start our engines. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get our engine starters on. We'll go back the other way. 3 and 4. We'll get fuel into our engines, and we can see them start just off the wing over here, guys. So we'll tell the traffic what we're doing once we depart. I don't really think it's too busy. I don't think anyone is super interested in our taxiing. So we'll tell the traffic what we are doing once we are ready to depart. Lovely. So with our engine starting up, we'll get the engine bleeds on once we hear those 4 clicks and once the engines have started properly. It'll take a while to start in the 747. It's not quite as quick or as simple as in the Airbuses today. 3 and 4, lovely. So we can switch our engine bleeds on engine bleed 1, 2, 3 and 4. Get our other 2 packs on. Get this APU off. Gonna just set our flaps to 10 over here, which I believe is 3 clicks. Okay, so we want to set the trim that our FMC is telling us to set. 7.3, 7.3, lovely. And we will go LNAV VNAV. We'll switch our TCAS on. We've already set our squawk code. We just need to switch our TCAS on. Minimums today, we're going to go through about 150 feet. That should give us more than enough room to decide if we're landing or not. It's completely
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
It's completely visual manual landing today, guys.
Stand by.
Let's get data displayed on our ND as well, so we know when we're meant to be hitting our waypoints. Going to go up to 19,000 feet today on our control panel over here. Happy days. Just going to hit that switch so that it will climb. Lights today will get just position lights and that kind of thing on. Make sure they're all on. Lovely. Okay, auto brake over to rejected takeoff and auto throttles on as we wait for our tow to disconnect.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Have a safe flight.
Hand signal on the right. Apologies for your ears there. The engine sounds are really quiet inside the aircraft, but like super loud inside the aircraft. So I'm just going to pull up our visual system here, guys. I've got the taxi route we want here. So we're going to start taxiing over to 23 left, which is just up there. Okay, so let us move. So our route today out of Manchester, we'll take what I believe is a left turn from the airport. Once we leave the airport, we'll loop round to head southeast, and then there is a right turn onto final before Southend Airport. Let's just make sure we've got nobody approaching this runway here. Yeah, that looks pretty empty. Okay, let's go. Okay. I'm looking forward to this flight today. Andre, my day so far has been pretty good. I've been at work. I was at work this morning, and yeah, then it was just about getting the stream ready. I tried to wear out the cat. I played with the cat. I fed the cat. I was hoping the cat would eventually sleep through the stream, but he's not happy until he has caused some kind of havoc. So I think now he's caused havoc. Hopefully he will leave us alone for the rest of the stream here. Okay, we're on Victor Taxiway. I'm going to turn off to the left here. Going to get as much runway as we can possibly get here for our takeoff. There we go. Okay, onto the runway we go. Sultan, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. We are taking the 747, the jumbo jet, across England today, Sultan. So I very much hope you enjoy the stream as we get lined up here for our takeoff. There we go. Excellent. So I'll close this. We should probably wait until we are actually on the runway before we hit our takeoff power. There we go. Okay, that looks close enough to me. Okay. Make sure the flaps are at 10. They are. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Okay, rotate. Come on. Up we go. There we go. Rotate. Lovely. We are climbing quite nicely here. It's positive rate. We'll get these landing gear up. See if I can get the autopilot on here. I can. Excellent. Okay. Get these flaps up here, guys. Get our auto brake set. There we go. Flaps are 2-0. Auto brake is set. Takeoff should be good. Let's see what we can see out of this window here as we begin our left turn. And of course, like every other plane, once we get up to 5,000–6,000 feet or so, we can switch our altimeter over to standards. What does the FMC want here? What does it want? There we go. Literally nothing. Happy days. Cool. Okay, so we're flying our left turn here as we leave Manchester Airport. Once we've got this altimeter sorted, we'll pop out to the wings. We'll take in some scenery, and then I can start sort of talking to you guys properly. As always, if there are any questions about the flight, about planes, that kind of thing, just drop them in the chat down there. I will do my best to get to them. We've got Fly Live up the top here, which tells you about the flight, and at some point, I'm sure Nightbot, our chatbot, will be in here to give you a list of commands that you can use. I'm just going to get rid of him and just going to re-invite him. There we go, lovely. So we'll see how active our Nightbot is today, guys. Okay, 5,000 feet. Gonna pop that altimeter just over to standard there. Pop this range out to about 20 miles or so. Okay, we are climbing out of Manchester, and there it goes, disappearing below our wings. And into the clouds, disappearing below the wings, into the clouds. Happy days. Okay, so the 747 we're flying today, there we go, is the SSG 747 for X-Plane 11. It's a fairly cheap payware aircraft. I think it was about £30 or so. It's a fairly cheap payware aircraft, but it's got a fully featured set of systems pretty much. You get your FMC, you get LNAV, VNAV. It sort of has auto land, but it doesn't work too well. So we've got all that good stuff in there. It flies really quite well. I don't know what a real 747 flies like, but it flies really quite well. It's not too bad to land manually. It does have some quirks. So there's a couple of quirks with the FMC. So when you're setting your route, sometimes you have to set it in the legs page, and sometimes when it's lining you up for an ILS approach, sometimes you just have to sort of go into heading mode. I know my center tank is low. It's cool. We've got more than enough fuel. Just have to go into heading mode sometimes in order to intercept an ILS. But by and large, it's a pretty good aircraft, and it is well worth the £30 if you want to fly a jumbo jet in X-Plane 11. Well worth it, guys. Okay, so as we climb, our top of climb I don't think is too far away. Today's flight is actually fairly short. It's a fairly short flight today, but I hope you enjoy it all the same. Of course, the Boeing 747 itself has been around for many, many years. It's traditionally a sort of super long-haul aircraft. We're only doing a very short-haul flight of about 150 miles or so, but I just wanted to demonstrate the aircraft to you guys today. The latest version of the 747 is this. It's the 747-8. What they did is they put some of the sort of flat screen technology and some of the computers from the 787 Dreamliner into it to bring an old plane really, really up to date. The 747 is slowly retiring as it's sort of being replaced. Hey Nightbot, there you are. The 747 is slowly retiring as it's being replaced by the more modern Airbus A380s and the Boeing 787 Dreamliners. So that is your potted history of the double deck 747, guys. Andre, tell me about your day. Tell me about your day, man. What's going on, dude? How's the application for the Wizz Air flight program going? Some nice clouds, guys. Some nice clouds. So what have we got? We've got a load of traffic over at Heathrow. Seems that people tend to stay away from Heathrow if there's a controller online, but they'll happily fly in and out of Heathrow if no controllers are online. Maybe it's because they don't have anybody to tell them off. Okay, so we are at almost at our top of climb here. Not too long at all. So Andre, you're trying to quit a project. Don't know how to tell them. They blame you that the developer has nothing to develop because you haven't finished the design. Oh, man, I mean, look. It depends. It depends how much you want. How much you want their money, really. I guess. I guess it's not good for your reputation if you suddenly sort of walk away from a project. But you know, maybe it's better for your peace of mind. Probably, like I say, bad for your wallet and your reputation, but most likely much better for your peace of mind. You just have to do what's right for you, man. I mean, I spent lots of time working on projects that I didn't necessarily enjoy when I was a web designer and developer. But you know, I guess for the there we go, man. There we go. If you don't give a damn about reputation or money, then dump it, man. If you're not enjoying it, then you know, feel free to get rid of it and work on something you do enjoy, dude. Work on something you do enjoy. You know, life is too short to be unhappy designing stuff you hate. Okay, so again, it's another cloudy day in the UK, guys. I'm hoping the weather is not too bad once we reach Southend. I'm really hoping it's not too bad, but we will see. We will see, guys. Ah, you're doing the compass test for the airline next week on Sunday, man. Amazing. So you got through to you kind of got through to that stage, right? Awesome. So I wish you luck with the compass test. You'll have to pop into the stream the Friday after. Pop into the stream the Friday after, and let me know how it went, man. How long is it until you sort of hear back? When do you get your results? Oh, you hear about you get your results on the same day? Cool, very cool, man, very cool. So at least you'll find out. At least they won't keep you waiting, and you know, you'll get to know if you're going to fly planes for a living, sort of fairly shortly. Awesome. It's good. That's good. So what's I guess the plan if the planes don't work out, I guess, is to stick with development and that kind of thing. So just pop down here, see where we are. Okay, cool. Let's pop this out to 40. Top of descent is only about 40 miles or so away today, guys. I was hoping it would be slightly more scenic, but never mind. Yeah, exactly, Andre. I hope the airplanes work out for you, man. And of course, as Nightbot has just reminded us, likes and subscriptions are always awesome and appreciated if you're enjoying what you see, guys. Yeah, the side projects the side projects of sort of web design and development and sort of game design are always the most enjoyable thing now. Like I said to you last week.
40,
oh,
30.
what do we have down here? Matty's Gaming World. Thank you so much for the subscription. It is much appreciated, my friends. I do hope you are enjoying the flight today. If you have any questions, my man, just let me know. Let me know, and I will do my best to answer them, dude. So our next flight, guys. I've been learning the SR-71 Lockheed Blackbird. As I think I said the other week, I've been learning the Blackbird, and next week I've sort of brought the flight forwards. Next week on Friday, we are going to fly the Blackbird for a long-haul flight. We're going transatlantic. We're going across the Atlantic Ocean from England, and we are flying the Blackbird to Canada. Should take about 2.5 hours end to end, with a nice Max 3.2 supersonic cruise at 60,000 feet in the middle of it. It's going to be awesome. Andre, man, if you are in contract, yeah, it becomes slightly more tricky. Really does become slightly more tricky to get out of then if you are in a contract, dude. Maybe just finish it and sort of forget it ever happened. Matty, your flight sim doesn't work properly. What flight sim are you flying at the moment? What are you using? Oh man, 2-week project. Yeah, they always end up. These design projects always end up being longer than you think, man. They really do. Can you get it finished in 2 weeks? Can you just kind of rush it? Microsoft Flight Sim X Steam Edition. So Matty, what's going on? I mean, does it start? Does it work? Does it crash? What's the problem here, man? And what are your sort of PC specs like? Yeah, Andre, every time you finish a design you wait 2 weeks for feedback. Yep, that does sound very familiar, man. That does sound very familiar. That's just how it is, dude. That's just how it is in that world. People sit on it forever. They sit on feedback forever, and they change their minds at the last minute. Yeah, it sucks. Some buttons work and some don't. Okay, Matty. What planes are you trying to fly? I mean, I will try my best to help you out, Matty. You know, without seeing your sim setup, it may be difficult, but I will try my best. I'll try my best to help out. The A321, yeah. So, not too familiar with Flight Simulator X, but have you tried sort of making sure the aircraft is uninstalled and sort of reinstalling it properly? Have you? Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could be that the buttons are not modelled. It could be that it's maybe not installed properly. Have you? I would recommend, Matty. I would recommend that you read. Does it come with a manual? If it comes with like a flight manual, always read that first, and then it should tell you sort of what buttons to press in what order. So, for example, in the 747, if I didn't turn my battery on, I wouldn't be able to start my APU. If the APU wasn't on and the packs weren't off, I wouldn't be able to start my engine. So, yeah, it all depends. It all depends, Matty. Check the flight manual. Check it's properly installed, man, and sort of go from there. You know, tell me how it's going. I'll be here every Friday, 1 PM UTC. Tell me how it's going next time you pop in, and I will. I'll see. Yeah, hopefully you'll tell me it'll be working, dude. Hopefully it will be working, eh? So we've got our top of descent coming right up here, guys. So in a minute, we'll hear the engines. We'll hear the engines just drop off a little bit as the airplane starts to descend here, guys. So we descend into Southend Airport for our arrival. So I'm quite looking forward to the long haul that I'm doing next week. I've been reading a book by a long haul pilot called Skyfaring, the book is called, and he describes sort of what it's like to fly long haul. I think he flies 747s, and it's really quite eye-opening. Some of the scenery he sees like the Northern Lights every week on his way home from work. And yeah, he just describes the life of a long-haul airline pilot. I would recommend it if you are looking for an aviation-related book to read. Also, if you want to read about the Blackbird, there is a book called Sled Driver, and that is by a retired SR-71 pilot. It's probably the book to read about the Blackbird. This is what I used to do during flights before I started streaming. I'd sit there and read a book. Hey Andre, I hope you get paid at the end of this. I know what it's like being a freelancer, man. So I hope at least you get paid, dude. As our engines back off a little bit here, and we begin our descent into Southend Airport. So I'm just going to pop this range back a little bit here, guys. There we are, lovely. And once we hit, once the auto throttle wants to go to 250 knots, we can get our landing gear down as well. Once we've got our gear down, we just fly our approach, get my flaps in, and then we'll land it. You got paid 50% before. I'm not going to ask them for the rest. That's very charitable of you, Andre. Very charitable, man. You had enough, and you have your school exams coming up. Yeah, fair enough, man. Just get it done. Get it done. Walk away, dude. I hope your exams go well. What subjects are your exams in? What subjects are you taking for your exams? Romanian, German, maths, and IT, informatics. Cool, cool. What's your what's your native language, Andre? Are you Romanian, or I'm not sure. You said what part of the world you were from. I did some German briefly at school. I did do German. Can't really speak it too well. And informatics, of course, IT, yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I think I'm pretty good at that, hopefully. Yeah, you are from Romania. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I hope being a designer, you're good at IT. I hope being an IT teacher, a computing teacher, I hope that I'm half decent at it as well, man. Either way, Andre, I wish you the best of luck with your exams. I hope they really go well. These are your final exams, are they? Before you finish high school, is that right? Okay, so we can't see much scenery here today, but I've been told that there is an Orbex scenery pack coming out for X-Plane 11. I'm told that it's like super photoreal scenery and autogen. Eventually, that Orbex GB pack should be coming out. I'm very much looking forward to that. I think the scenery once we have that is going to look amazing. Should look even better. than this zones photos photo scenery we have. Cool. You have, yes, 3 weeks left of school and 1 month off to prepare for the exams. So that sounds quite sensible. At least they give you time to prepare for those exams. In the UK, you sort of get some time, depending sort of what school you're at, what stage you're at, but you don't really get a lot of time to prepare for your exams. I have some students taking computing exams this June, so I very much hope they all pass as well. I'm wishing them luck too. Okay, so the engines sound like they are throttling back a bit here, targeting 250 knots, guys. Actually, we don't want to put the gear down quite yet. We'll put the gear down once we hit 280 knots here, otherwise our FMC will shout at us. Going to pop some speed brakes on here though, just to slow us down. I will wish them the best from you, Andre. I will say my my sort of #1 stream viewer wishes them luck, man. I will indeed. Okay, we're below 280, let's get the gear down. Get the spoilers back up, there we are, lovely. Pop down here, go to our init ref, set our final speed, approach speed just down there, lovely. Okay, and this is us, guys. Just going to pop this back to 10 miles or so. And we'll slow down. We will slow down just before we make our final right turn, so we can see the landing gear just off our wing down there. So hopefully, guys, I hope this this sort of whistle stop tour of the Boeing 737 has been useful. Maybe it's taught you how to fly it. Maybe you know, maybe it's helped your interest in flight sim. Who knows? That is just Stansted Airport in Essex, just below us there, just below our wing. Alright. Andre, thank you very much for your wishes, man. All the best, enjoy the rest of your day. Glad you could join me on a Wednesday. I'll see you next Friday. Take care, man. Much appreciated. Okay, so we are just descending for our final approach into Southend Airport. Hopefully we can get this landing in. Hopefully we can get a fairly smooth landing here today. We will see. Fingers crossed for this landing, guys. Of course, any more questions just before we land, just pop them in chat and I will answer them, guys. Thank you. Okay, so on our navigation display there, we can just about see that right turn coming into Southend Airport. We'll pop those flaps down just before we hit our final right turn. Once we've hit that right turn, once we've performed that right turn, we will descend to 1,000 feet, and then I'll hopefully sort of gently guide it in as we land the aircraft. Fingers crossed. But we do. There we go. We can sort of see some scenery. Hopefully we'll break through these clouds. Hopefully we will break through these clouds fairly sharpish, and we'll be able to take in some of the coastal scenery in the UK as well. So this 747 unfortunately doesn't have like a full passenger cabin, so I can't do a cabin tour today, because it's still a fairly, like I said, it's a fairly simple, cheap aircraft, the SSG 747. I did talk a little bit about it sort of earlier on. So there's no full cabin to show you, we just have a flight deck, and that's our lot today. But it looks quite nice. The wings are nicely modelled, the plane is nicely modelled, it looks pretty good as we hit this cloud layer, and we can hopefully get below them fairly soon. So those Nightbot chat commands down there, if you type those commands into chat, you can find out more about the planes I have, about my scenery, PC specs, and sort of X-plane settings, that kind of thing. If you type track, you'll get a link to track the flight on a website called VATSIM, where you can see the flights on a map, which is really cool if you're from the UK and you want to know where you are. Oh, the weather is terrible. Oh dear. Okay. Weather's got a lot worse. I'm going to start slowing down here now. 25, 265. Get these flaps in. Also going to pop our wipers on here. Get some wipers on. There we go. So we can see where we are going here. Okay, speed is just below 245. Get some more flaps on. Flaps will continue to go down. 235. 210, we'll get them down, and then we will be at full flaps in landing configuration for our landing at Southend. And my god, I really hope these clouds clear here today, guys. We will see. We will see what happens. Okay, flaps will go 185 to 185 for our final approach. Yes, we're through the clouds, guys. We can see. Excellent. This isn't too bad. This is not too bad. Okay, full flaps for landing here. Excellent. We'll just see if we've tuned an ILS. No, we haven't. Cool, that's fine. Okay, manual landing it is, guys. We'll get the airfield altimeter dialed in as well. Airfield altimeter at Southend Airport is 29062. Cool, cool. 29062. Cool. Alright, so the airport should be just to our right over here. I will, I guess I'll let you know once I can see it. There we go, auto throttles are coming in for our final approach speed here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Got our flap set, got our gear down. We are all set for landing. So we make this final right turn here on approach to Southend Airport. Still descending to 2000 here. We are turning on to final. Okay, I'm going to get an altitude of 1,000 feet dialed in here, guys. Oh, as we hit more fog. Yeah. Okay, tough conditions today, guys. Very tough indeed. Let's just pop that range down so I can actually see where I am. We just need to get below these clouds. We really do. Not good at all. If we can pop down below these clouds, we will hopefully have a shot at making the runway here, guys. See if I can just see it off here. Okay, there we are. So runway over to our right. Cool. Just make sure we get our descent in down to 1,000 here. It's going to be some heavy concentration going on here, guys. Okay, we're descending down to 1,000. At 1,000, I'm going to disconnect the autopilot, take over control of the aircraft, and we will aim for that runway just over there. Hopefully we'll get her in. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll have a happy landing, guys. We will see. We will see. Okay, so we are descending to 1,000 feet, 1,400 at the moment. Just need to get her lined up once I can see that runway properly. 1,300, 1,200 feet. There we go. It's becoming a little bit easier to see. Just need to aim for those lights over there, guys. How well lined up are we? Okay, cool. That's fine. 1,000 feet. Gonna disconnect the autopilot here, guys. There we go. Lovely. Just going to start flying it in a little bit. It's a very tough plane to land sometimes with, so we will try our best, guys. Wish me luck. Oh, 800 feet here. I want sort of a nice low, gentle approach, really. If I can have any say in it. Just start leaning slightly right. Alright. There we go. 500 feet. Just make sure we're pointing. Make sure we're pointing at this runway. Here, guys. Pop this out there and see the runway. Cool. 400 feet is fine. Happy with that. Go a little bit lower here. Just gonna disconnect that auto throttle back off the throttle a little bit here. See if 100. We can fly her in.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Floating, guys. All right, 200 feet per minute. Slightly to the left there, I think. Let's get her stopped. Lovely. There we go. 200 feet per minute is not a bad landing. Welcome to Southend Airport, guys. Welcome. Okay, what we're going to do is just going to check my airport maps here as well, just to make sure we vacate in the right spot. Go to Southend Airport. There we go. We'll want to vacate over to the left here, and just sort of get her parked. Lovely. Okay. Meanwhile, while we are taxiing, what we can do is we can get our APU started again, get our APU gen on once it's available, and then that will give power to the aircraft and let us shut down our engines once we're at the gate. It's a very big aircraft and a very small airfield here today. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the flight today as we taxi to the gate. Remember, likes and subscriptions always appreciated as we try and grow the stream here. I'll be streaming every Friday at 1 PM UTC. Next week we are taking the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird for a long haul over to Canada from the UK. So that should be pretty awesome. Once we've parked up here, we'll get the engines off and we'll take in some replays of the landing, which was actually fairly smooth. Fairly smooth manual landing. Not quite sure if I had my like my left wheel on the runway or not, but I guess we will see. We will see, guys. Okay, let's find a parking spot at Southend. There we are. Okay, we'll take spot 10. Let's take stand 10 here, guys. There's no controllers on mine. Wasn't a lot of traffic, we didn't really need to call out our position. So we can just park up here. Excellent. There we go. To park this 747, because it's so big, you pretty much need to run over that sign at the end of the runway there. There we are. 3, 2, heck, that should do. There we go. Let's make sure our parking brake is set. Parking brake is set here. Okay, gonna get our APU gen over. We can switch our engines off here, guys. Welcome to Southend Airport in Essex as we park up next to our to a very small British Airways Airbus just to our left there. Excellent, a happy landing indeed. So let us disconnect from Squawk Box. Let's go toggle replay mode. Let's see, where are we? Yeah, that should do us. Okay, we'll go out to our tower view now. There we are. Let's watch this. Let's watch this landing, guys, and let's see if that that left wheel there was actually on the tarmac or the grass. But either way, it was a nice smooth landing, and everybody lived. There we go. Drop the throttles around 200 feet. See the nose pitch. There we go, not bad. Not bad. On the line of the tarmac. Amazing. Lovely. Okay, guys. So, thank you so much for watching today's stream. I will see you next week at 1 PM UTC. And remember, guys, you can always go around. Thank you so much. Take care.